Hello, hello. Welcome to What to Read Wednesdays, your go-to podcast for staff picks from your friends at Delaware County District Library. Here, we'll talk about books, podcasts, and other relevant media. I'm your host, Annie Pasma. Hi, DCDL listeners. I'm glad you get to join us again. Talking about books and library services is one of my favorite things about my job, and to have you take the time to listen makes me so grateful. Time is a precious thing, and I'm really thankful you are spending some of yours with me. As our community begins to reopen, please continue to visit our website, www.delawarelibrary.org, follow us on social media, and drop us an email if you have any questions. We are more than happy to help. And with that, let's go on to the reviews. Our first reviewer comes from Delaware, Maine's teen librarian Shannon. Shannon recommends the YA book, Be Not Far From Me, by Mindy McGinnis. Ohio author Mindy McGinnis is no stranger to writing dark and gritty stories, and her newest one does not disappoint. Be Not Far From Me is about high school senior Ashley, who is comfortable in the wild. She knows her way around nature and has plenty of survival skills up her sleeve, yet when a night of partying in the Smokies goes wrong, she ends up lost in the woods with nothing. No phone, no supplies, not even a pair of shoes. Shannon says she could not put this book down. McGinnis keeps you on the edge of your seat, waiting to see what happens to Ashley on her journey. Recommended if you like hatchet, wild, and other survival stories. Shannon's next review is House of Earth and Blood by Sarah J. Maas. A popular name in YA fantasy, Maas begins her foray into adult fiction with this first book in a new series called Crescent City. Like her previous books, this one features many magical species, fae, shifters, angels, fauns, sprites, and more. Unlike her previous stories, though, they live in a modern city of technology and social media. Additionally, rather than focusing on romance like her other books, although romance is of course present, the bulk of this 800-page story is a murder mystery with tons of twists and turns on the way to an epic conclusion. Shannon loved Maas's fantasy world building and was hooked by the mystery immediately. If you're looking for a long story to keep you occupied during quarantine, this is a great one. Recommended if you like other Sarah J. Maas series, fantasy, or murder mystery. Personally, I'm not a fan of Sarah Maas, but that title certainly sounds intriguing. And now to our regular guest, Mark from the POW branch.
My name is Mark Stevens, and I work circulation at the POW branch. The book I'd like to recommend to you now is called The Essay, and it's written by Robert Yoakum. He's a local author living in Delaware County. This book would be great for young adult and adult readers. Oh my goodness, this is a great book. Even though it's less than 300 pages, it packs much action, wonderful characters, and a plot filled with inspiring themes. It is a must-read for high school teachers and anyone who wishes to see good triumph over bad, people finding a way out of hardship, and down-to-earth people standing by their principles. The setting is important to the story. The time period could easily be current times or perhaps a simpler time. The hard scrabble town where the book is set is in Appalachia in southeastern Ohio. The residents are mostly broken and poor and low on hope. The main character, Jimmy, is a high school senior who has low self-esteem due to his roots. His dad is an alcoholic in a dead-end job, and his brother is in jail. His family has lived in these hills for generations and certainly cannot list any redeeming accomplishments to foster a good reputation. But Jimmy is given a way out. He has an English teacher who realizes this boy has ability and decency. She can see there is something special within him that sets him apart from his environment. She inspires him to enter an essay contest with the hope that winning it can be his ticket to a better life. Of course, I'm leaving out the plot's twists and turns, and there are several. And several other characters, some who will disappoint you and some who will inspire you. This author, Robert Yoakum, lives in Delaware County and has written many popular books that have won awards. He has written some excellent mysteries, all set in Ohio. But out of all of his books I've read, I feel this is the most inspiring. Read this book. It will make you feel good. It's available on Hoopla.
Mark is so great at recommendations, am I right? I love listening to his spot-on reviews. Our next review comes from one of our newer circulation staff members from the main branch, CJ. CJ says, I just discovered and enjoyed reading the Ruth Galloway series set in Norfolk, England, by Ellie Griffiths. The characters are quirky, believable, and unforgettable. The descriptions of the landscape are wonderful. I want to live by the salt marshes near the sea. There are more than 10 books in this series, so that I don't have to let go of the wonderful characters that I have gotten to know so well. The Ruth Galloway series has the same flavor as the Armand Gamache series by Louise Penny and the Guardo Berniti series, probably pronouncing those incorrectly. However, I will carry on, by Donna Leon. Although the location and premise of the mysteries in each of these series are very different, each author explores and honors the genuine nature of their characters in a similar, honest manner. Thank you, CJ. And now I have a very special surprise for you. Shannon, who we met earlier, reached out to me to ask if some of her teens from the Delaware Middle School Book Club could participate in What to Read Wednesdays. The answer was yes, of course. So we will hear directly from Shannon and her book club members.
Hello, this is Shannon. I am the teen librarian at the Delaware County District Library, and I have some teens here today to talk about middle school book club. We have Clara and Huxley. They're going to talk about some of their favorite books that we have read over the past year. So take it away, Clara.
Hi, I'm Clara. I'm in 9th grade and I'm homeschooled. I'm a student leader for the middle school book club run by Strengthening Family. I have loved reading for a long time, so I approached Brandy with the idea to start a book club since there was nothing offered for middle schoolers in Delaware. Brandy agreed and got some librarians involved. Now we've been doing book club meetings once a month for a whole year, or school year. We usually alternate meeting between Dempsey Middle School and Strengthening Families. But we have been doing it on Zoom for the past 2 months due to the pandemic. We're a little different than other book clubs. We do not usually pick one book, but a genre of books to talk about. Shannon, a Delaware County District Librarian, usually picks a couple of books out of the genre we are discussing as suggested reads. The students can also bring a book of their own choice in the genre to talk about. We also have snacks and an activity, whether it be a game, virtual reality, or something else. Today I'm talking to one of the wonderful students that come to the book club. Please introduce yourself.
My name is Huxley, and I'm in 6th grade.
Can you tell us about your favorite book?
My favorite book is called Breakout, and it's about these two girls that are on a track meet, and they are trying to go against other people to win the race, but unfortunately there are these escapees that just escaped the jail, and so their track meet got canceled, and they need to find out how they can still win the race.
That's cool. How did book club push you out of your normal reading zone?
I usually didn't read a lot. My mom pushed me though. I still didn't do it, but when we read audiobooks in the car, I will listen more than what if I read, but I also read a lot more graphic novels.
Awesome. I know I usually only read fantasy before the book club, and now I've read lots of different genres. Can you tell us about your favorite book that we have read in book club?
My favorite book is Hunger Games. I like it because people might go against they did go against the Capitol, and it's about how if you work hard with maybe Peter, you can success in life, like what Katniss did.
I really liked Witch Boy, the graphic novel by Molly Oxford-Hagg. That was one of my favorites. What book character do you think you're most like?
I think I'm like Katniss because I like hunting. I like practicing shooting bows. I like going in the woods because there is great opportunities to seek out wildlife in the woods.
Yeah. If any middle schoolers are interested, the next book club meeting is on June 1st at 3 p.m. on Zoom, but you have to register ahead of time at the Strengthening Family website. You're reading two different books, Loki, Where Mischief Lies by Mackenzie Lee, and Miles Morales, Spider-Man by Jason Reynolds. You can find both of these books on Hoopla and Libby. Thank you for joining us, Huxley.
Thank you.
All right, and thank you, Clara. We hope to see you guys on June 1st.
A wonderful example of lots of fun to be had, even in the virtual world, even with social distancing. Boy, that's a mouthful. You'd think I would be able to say that now, but I really struggled to say social distancing. Well, that wraps up today's edition of What to Read Wednesdays. I hope you have enjoyed it as much as I have. Please subscribe, and as always, reach out at askus@delawarelibrary.org with any questions. Again, I'm Annie Pasma, your host. Thanks for listening.